Hi, Haley. Let's go ahead and take a look at your week one drawing. So start with your self-portrait here. I like what I'm seeing here. There's a nice sense of, I really like the way you've made the eyes pop a lot. You've got some nice symmetry going on. So the biggest thing that we see in week one with these pre-instruction self-portraits is sense of proportion tends to be a bit off, right? We tend to have really big eyes or really big lips. We draw a lot of attention to those features because those are the expressive parts of our face, and so we tend to exaggerate them slightly. And part of that is when you read in your week two reading, if you haven't done that yet, it's going to talk about this sense of symbolism that we learn from childhood about how to draw different shapes and different objects. And we tend to carry that with us into our adulthood. So we tend to draw eyes all the same, or, lips mostly the same, or noses the same, or trees or hearts or, flowers, whatever it might be. We kind of create a symbol for it, opposed to kind of really looking and perceiving the difference in shapes and in shading and all that good stuff. So that's what I want us to start looking at is, how do these different shapes relate to each other? Where are the eyes really in proportion to the overall shape of the head? And then how do the ears line up with that? And we're going to learn some techniques for doing this later on in the class. I also want you to start thinking of shading and how that's going to help our drawings to have more roundness and more of a sense of depth, and we're going to work on that as well. But I like what I'm seeing so far. So you've gone for it with the hand of getting that nice open palmed posture, which is not easy to do. I know that hands are so hard. So we're probably a bit long here. If we just pulled this back slightly, the center proportion here is actually not bad. You might be a little bit long in the palm, but then again, everyone's hands are different. So really start to measure those, the difference from your, wrist to top of palm to the top of the middle finger. All of these types of things are really going to help. And then again, let's start working with shading. Let's start dividing these into, individual pieces a little bit more and seeing how they relate to each other. So nice work here. It looks like, if we were drawing this, or if we were sitting in this room, we'd be sitting kind of from above looking down, and I don't know if that's what you meant to do, but we tend to do that sometimes as we get a little bit too high on the angle, and we're going to learn how to do perspective drawings. I think it's week 5 or so that we do those. And we do this really cool grid system that I think you're going to find helpful. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm starting to wonder if the workbook has different exercises if you have a newer version, because this is the one where it's supposed to be the 4 different line styles and then doing your own. But this is really beautifully done. So thank you for getting all those in. I am missing your viewfinders. That's the only thing, but I'm excited to see where we go over the next 8 weeks.